been traded in 5 years. Shannon, what happens to Russ now?
Well, I hope he ends up somewhere he can be himself. Not the Russ that was in OKC, because nobody needs that. No one needs a heavy usage, turnover-prone, poor shooting Russ. That's not what they need. But they need a guy that can put pressure on you in transition. They need somebody that can attack the rim, although his percentage of plays that being made at the rim, he's converting 58% of his shots at the rim. That's not good, Skip. He's at the rim. I'm not talking about three. I'm not talking about at the rim. That's not good. I mean, he's made career low 29% of his shot from float range. He's made 32% of his shots from mid range, and he's drained 29% of his threes. What am I supposed to do with that, Skip? So hopefully he gets somewhere where he feels that they value him, they want him. I think early on from last year, Skip, he felt that he was out of place. He felt like he wasn't wanted. Crowd would boo him. Like, no, don't shoot. Don't pass it. It's like everything that he did, it was like such a reaction. And he could see that because he thought he was coming home for a homecoming. And it's been anything but that, because the Laker fans, they know winning basketball. They know championship brands of basketball. And that's not what Russ was playing. So him thinking that he was going to be embraced because he's from the LA area, he grew up loving this team, that was never going to happen. No. You've got to win for them. You've got to play winning basketball for them in order for them to embrace you. And even though Magic had won championships, Skip, they booed him. When he ended up turning the ball over late in the ball game in 1984, they ended up losing, I think, in 7 games to the Celtics. They did. They booed him, and they dubbed him Tragic Johnson.
They did.
A 2-time Finals MVP got booed.
Yep.
So what did Russ think was going to happen to him? And he didn't have the credentials that Russ had. That Magic had. So, Skip, he's never been a great efficiency player, but his efficiency has even waned from where it was, and he's never been that efficient. So I just hope he can get somewhere where he's embraced. He's allowed to play a style of basketball that's conducive for them winning, but him playing like he wants to play, where he just has the ball and he's doing whatever he wants to do, those days are long, long gone. There are a few teams that are interested out here. The Clippers are interested. I think the Miami Heat are interested, Bulls. But the Clippers, Skip, are kicking themselves, too, because you know what? They had a young man that's on the verge of becoming a superstar, and that's Shai Gilgeous. Just imagine. I'm not so sure I'm taking Paul George over Shai Gilgeous right now as we speak. I'll take Alexander over Paul George.
Fair point. Russell Westbrook. You say
helicopter.
Yeah. You say you hope he finds a place that will embrace him. Who can embrace what you just described? I don't get it.
There's somebody for everybody.
Maybe. Look, I've had my issues with Russ dating back to 2012. I've clashed with Russ because I was saying what I was seeing. I thought Kevin Durant pulled off miracles to coexist with Russ as long as he did, because it went on for a long time.
Right.
He was 10 years into the league. So how many with Russ? That was like 8 years with Russ?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact from somebody very close to Kevin Durant, he ultimately concluded, I cannot win a championship with Russell Westbrook as my primary decision maker, because Russ dribbled the ball up the court every single time for 8 years.
Yeah.
It was Russ saying, your turn or my turn? I think it's my turn. Kevin would stand over on the ring like, I'm open. No, it's my turn. And to your point, nobody can get downhill better than Russell can. When he gets that look in his eye, when he decides I'm hell-bent for the rim, something is going to happen. Sometimes something really bad is going to happen. No, but he's going to make something happen. Even today, even now, even tonight when we watch, he's gone now, but even in the game the other night, how did you get back in the game in the fourth quarter? You were down 13 with 2.5 minutes left to Oklahoma City, and all of a sudden Russ went berserk.
Right.
Charging downhill at the rim, and he started, it went in.
Yeah.
It actually went in. I can't believe it. It went in. He will play with extreme energy for himself. And it doesn't fit in the team concept that is basketball. But if you put him in Washington, where he's a sideshow for a bad team. It is the ultimate sideshow. I used to watch every Wizards game just to see if he could get to a triple-double because it was impossible that a 6 foot, do we give him 3? Do we give him 6 foot 3-inch guard could average 10 rebounds a game? It's impossible. But he did it on gumption, on grit, on want to. I desire the basketball more than you do, but it doesn't contribute to winning because it's hard to win with him.
He's definitely going to have to change his mindset because I think at this juncture of his career, Skip, he needs to play more complimentary football as opposed to lead
he does play football,
basketball. But sometimes I think he's playing football the way he's trying to run over everybody. And he gets to the Skip. I mean, I watched him the other night. He gets to the rim and he's going to lay the ball up, and the ball goes clear over the rim. I'm like, what the hell is that?
What the hell? It's the worst hands on a point guard you will ever see. So he can't shoot. He can't control the basketball. He assisted. He figured out in Oklahoma City, especially with Steven Adams, if I go hell-bent to the rim and at the last second I draw 2 defenders and I just leave it on the floor, he's going to dunk it and I'm going to get an assist, okay?
Remember Thomas Bryant had that stretch, Skip? How many late dunks did he get off Russ laying the ball off to him right up under the basket?
Man, I just don't see how any of those contenders could say, we'll get better with Russell Westbrook coming off the bench for us. No, you won't. More trouble than he's worth.
So you don't think the Clippers?
I don't see it. I hope the Clippers don't. That's the last thing they need.
I mean, he could be dumping that thing off to PG and Kawhi.
No, and PG and Kawhi will be over there saying, "What the hell are we doing?"
I'm hoping that's the case.
Okay, I know you are.
I love this discussion, but we're running out of time. We got to leave this one here, guys. We still have to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Does he need to be less flashy, Skip and Shannon? I'm going to get your take on this. I think I know where you're going to go with this, but did the Lakers just become title contenders?
No, but LeBron and myself, we're kicking ourselves because we could have waited a year, not gotten Russ, saved those guys, had those 4 picks, traded those to Brooklyn, gotten Kevin Durant, and now LeBron, KD, and AD. Now we're title contenders for real. But we did upgrade our shooting. We got D'Angelo Russell, very good three-point shooter. We got Malik Beasley, a very good three-point shooter. So when you think about that, Malik Beasley and D'Angelo Russell average more made threes than Russ, Pat Bev, Schroeder, Reeves, and Christie combined. And they're both top 15 in three-pointers made. So now that provides more spacing on the floor. LeBron James can get downhill. AD can operate a little bit more one-on-one. So I like the addition. Does this make them title contenders? I don't think so. Now we're able to somehow prod Bogey out of Detroit, Bogdanovich. Now we have a legit, true knockdown shooter. I think that puts us in the running because I think healthy in a 7-game series, we can beat anybody. Phoenix, Denver, Clippers, anybody you want to throw at us. If we get Bogey, we in the money.
Okay. That would require Jeannie Buss saying, okay, LeBron, I'm going to give you both of the picks that I'm saving for 27 and 29 because she just said, I'll give you the 27 pick because that just went for this trade,
and
right?
He's slightly protected.
And it's top 4 protected.
Right.
But it's still,
that's okay.
It's a pretty valuable pick, I would have to say. It required giving up that pick to get out from under Russell Westbrook because Utah said, okay, we'll take him. And I assume they're going to try to buy him out. You're going to have to pay the whole thing because he's not going to take.
No, he ain't taking. No, he ain't taking 80, 90 cents. No, he will not.
But somebody, you finally found somebody who said, "Okay, we'll take him off your hands."
Okay.
And yet, will she give up the rest of her future, the 29 first-round pick, which is completely unprotected, for Bogdanovich in Detroit? Would you really do that? Because she's looking at LeBron like, "You're not going to be here. I'm the one left holding this bag, which is empty in 27 and 29.
True, but I think this is the only. What are your choices? What other options do you have? You got LeBron. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he's going to play at the level he's currently playing at for another 2 years. You have AD under contract for another 2 years. So what options do you have? Skip, you're in LA. LA doesn't like losing. Even if LeBron break this record, look, I'm in those streets. You're in those streets. You know what you're hearing. They're very disappointed with the way the Lakers have played the last several years. I don't believe you can go another several years, Skip, and be mediocre. They're not even mediocre. They're below average right now. And I don't believe you can sustain that in L.A. You've got to do it. They have no other choice.
Okay. I'm going to see your glass as half full. I do give you a shot at making a run at winning the West, because I have that much respect left for a LeBron James who's not having, as yet, that much impact on the one-loss record, on the actual scoreboard.
Correct.
But I still say the cloud that hung over your team that featured LeBron and AD and a decent supporting cast to me who all had their moments, the cloud was Russell Westbrook. And I'm going to go Westbrook because he just was. And I've never seen anything like the negative impact that he had on LeBron, because LeBron's got the highest IQ in basketball. And I think it tore his competitive, high IQ soul out every night, having to watch the turnovers created by that man Westbrook. Because we do blooper reels every day on the show because they were comically sad. They were so bad that I kept telling you, church league players would get yanked out of the game. Some 14-year-old get yanked out of the game for those kind of turnovers.
Well, watching what he does, watching the way he turns the ball over in person, television doesn't do it justice.
It doesn't.
Because he's looking at LeBron like this and throw the ball. I'm like, hey, hold over there.
What are you doing?
That's exactly what. And everybody's arriving like, why would he do that?
It was so bad. I'm thinking, are you trying to sabotage his night? You trying to upstage him and not let him break the record tonight?
And it's funny that you mentioned that. And it's starting to get out on the internet, Skip. And they had like 6 guys on the court for like a minute. And they tried to